Hello and welcome. Today I'll be introducing the Certificate of Completion and Compliance, CCC, in Malaysia. The Certificate of Completion and Compliance, CCC, is a statutory certificate in Malaysia that confirms a building or part of a building has been completed in accordance with approved plans, relevant laws, and bylaws, and is fit for occupation or use. It replaced the older Certificate of Fitness for Occupation, CFO, following the Street, Drainage and Building Amendment, Act 2007. The CCC serves as a formal declaration that construction has met all legal and safety standards, ensuring that the property is ready for occupancy. This certification is crucial for developers, contractors, and property owners as it signifies the legal readiness of a building for use and is often required for final handover or financial transactions such as loan disbursements. The CCC exists to streamline the certification process by shifting certain responsibilities from local authorities to project professionals. This change aims to expedite the handover and occupation of buildings while maintaining rigorous safety and compliance standards. One of the key features of the CCC regime is the requirement for formal stage and component certifications throughout the construction process, rather than only at the end. This progressive certification ensures that compliance is documented and verified at each critical stage, reducing the risk of oversight and enhancing accountability. By involving qualified professionals such as architects and engineers in the certification process, the CCC system promotes professional diligence and improves the overall quality and safety of construction projects. The legal foundation for the CCC is established through several key statutes and regulations. The Street, Drainage and Building Act 1974, Act 133, provides the statutory basis for the CCC, including definitions, offences, and enforcement powers. The Uniform Building Bylaws, UBBL, 1984, along with its 2007 amendments, outline the procedural rules, forms, and requirements for CCC issuance, including provisions for partial CCCs and stage certifications. Additionally, professional boards such as the Board of Architects Malaysia and the Board of Engineers Malaysia, along with industry guidance from organizations like IPM, supply implementation guidelines and standard forms used by practitioners. These legal instruments collectively ensure that the CCC process is standardized, enforceable, and aligned with national construction and safety standards. The CCC process involves several key stakeholders, each with defined roles and responsibilities. The principal submitting person, PSP, typically a professional architect or engineer with a valid practicing certificate, acts as the lead certifier and is responsible for issuing the CCC or partial CCC. The PSP may delegate component certifications to other qualified professionals but retains overall accountability. Contractors, subcontractors, and specialist consultants are responsible for providing evidence, test certificates, and completing Form G component certifications to demonstrate compliance with approved designs. The local authority, LA, or building department receives copies of the CCC and supporting documents and retains enforcement powers. The LA may inspect, require rectification, or take action in cases of false or non-compliant certification. This collaborative framework ensures that all aspects of construction are verified and documented by qualified professionals. The CCC process requires several critical documents and forms. Form F is the Certificate of Completion and Compliance itself, which may be issued as a final or partial certificate by the PSP. Form G consists of 21 component certification forms, G1 G21, covering various building elements such as earthworks, foundations, structural works, plumbing, electrical systems, lifts, fire safety, and landscaping. Each relevant Form G must be completed and certified by the responsible contractor or professional to confirm compliance with approved plans and bylaws. Supporting documents include fire service test reports, drainage and sewer connection clearances, utility connection letters, CIDB and company registration documentation, Form 49, and QA test reports for materials like concrete and soil. The exact list of required documents varies depending on the project type and local authority requirements. The CCC process follows a structured workflow to ensure thorough documentation and compliance. First, during the design and construction phase, the developer appoints a PSP who coordinates the required professionals and supervises the work. Stage certification through Form G submission should occur progressively during construction. Upon completion of component work, contractors and consultants complete the relevant Form GS, attaching necessary proof such as test reports and trade certificates. The PSP then compiles all Form GS, supporting documents, and specialist clearances for review. If only part of a building is ready for occupation, the PSP may issue a partial CCC, Form F1, subject to UBBL and LA conditions. Once all certifications are verified, the PSP issues the final CCC, Form F. The PSP must deposit copies of the CCC and Form G documents with the local authority within the statutory period, typically 14 days. With the CCC issued, the building can be legally occupied or handed over, and financial institutions may proceed with loan disbursements. Legal liability under the CCC regime is significant. The PSP and other professionals who sign Forms G and the CCC can be held legally responsible for false or negligent certification. Issuing a CCC without completing the required processes or submitting false certificates constitutes an offence under Act 133 and the UBBL. The local authority retains the power to inspect buildings, issue notices of non-compliance, and take enforcement actions, including prosecution. If non-compliance is detected, the LA may require rectification or suspend the use of the building. The CCC system is designed to protect consumers by ensuring that professionals certify compliance, but its effectiveness depends on strong enforcement and professional diligence. Industry critics have highlighted practical issues, underscoring the need for continuous oversight and accountability. Several practical considerations are essential for successful CCC implementation. Not all projects require all 21 Form G types, only the applicable components need certification. Each Form G must include the contractor's company details, CIDB registration, and specified certificates. Signing authority varies by form, with some requiring signatures from registered professionals or trades. Partial CCCs are commonly used in phased developments to allow early occupation of completed blocks, but they may include conditions to ensure public safety. Local authorities may impose additional administrative requirements such as specific submission formats, supplementary clearance letters, and fees. It is crucial to consult the LA's website or building department for local practice notes. These operational insights help ensure compliance and streamline the certification process. To ensure accurate CCC submission, several verification steps are recommended. First, review the applicable version of the UBBL and the Street, Drainage and Building Act, Act 133, noting any amendments relevant to your state, especially differences between Peninsular Malaysia and Sabah Sarawak. Consult the local authority's building department for their checklist and any state or local variations, as LAS may issue circulars or checklists. Coordinate with the PSP to obtain the list of required Form GS and supporting documents, along with a schedule for CCC deposit. These steps help ensure that all legal and procedural requirements are met, reducing the risk of delays or non-compliance. Before submitting the final CCC, ensure the following checklist is completed. The PSP must be appointed and hold a valid practicing certificate. All applicable Form G documents, G1, G21, must be completed and signed, supporting technical reports and specialist clearances, such as fire test reports, drainage approvals, utility connection letters, CIDB registration, and Form 49 for contractors, must be compiled. The PSP must review and issue Form F, Final CCC, or Form F1, Partial CCC, as applicable, and copies of the CCC and supporting documents must be deposited with the local authority within the statutory period. Adhering to this checklist ensures a smooth and compliant CCC submission process.
If you like our content, kindly like, share and subscribe.